Hello, gorgeous ones. Okay, let me just let the connection settle in and I will begin. Okay, so I'm just gonna see if I can pop in live on Instagram as well. If you're here, hello, welcome. Thank you for watching. I saw a little eye pop up, so I just want to say I see you and thank you for being here. So I've had a really good day. It was a very interesting day. Firstly, I had my first ever live on Insight Timer, and the engagement was just so wild. I mean, I had almost over 1,000 people just clicking. The engagement was so wild, and there were at one point at least 70 people in the room. And so it was really amazing. I'm so grateful. And, there were people who were literally saying, like, where can we donate? We really want to donate to you. And it's one of those functions on Insight Timer. If you are not aware of the app, you can actually just click the button and donate a certain amount to the person who's speaking. And I want to share that I truly hold this truth, which is every pound, every dollar that I'm being paid is literally a representation of a woman setting herself free. I said that on the live, and everyone just went wow. They were like, yes, 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 yes. And I know this is something I want to share here, because this work is really not about it's not about achieving something. It's not about getting somewhere and then you're done and then you're just gonna sit and just be there and say I know it all. This work is literally like I was describing this with my client the other day. It's almost like sitting on a beach and we're having fun. We're building a sandcastle, and then when the tide comes in, it will just crash and the castle will be gone. And our work is to know that that is going to happen inevitably, and that it happens always for our highest good, and that we can always build another sand castle. This is the power of the inner work we're doing. Hello, beauty. Hello, gorgeous one. So I want to come on here very impromptu. It wasn't something I planned, but I wanted to come on here and really speak a little bit into this, because I know there are lots of people here who really want to spiritually develop themselves, who really want to be the best version they can ever be. And one thing I want to share with you is what really changed for me about the idea of being the best. Hello, Elizabeth. I've been just thinking about you. I really want to do an integration call with you. I'm gonna DM you later. Elizabeth is one of my clients, and you're always in my heart, Elizabeth. I just want to say that. Anyways, one thing that really changed things for me. Good day, good day, good day. The Marie's Teas. Can you tell me what your real name is? I just didn't actually catch that. I really want to know. So let me know in the comment section. Um, yeah, Elizabeth, it's gonna be so fun, because I wanna integrate some stuff with you where your body can really hold more frequency, which is gonna be so fun, so fun. I'm gonna DM you, and let's get that into calendar. Anyway, client talk. For everyone else, Marie, beautiful, of course. Welcome, Marie, welcome. So one of the things that really changed the idea of being the best for me was when my mentor told me what it meant to be the best. I love your smiling face. um, to be the best really isn't about I am the best in the room. To be the best version is to be the best version of myself. I know and that's more than enough. I know this is the best I can be right now, and I know there is a better version out there that I can still be. But right now, this is my best. And it's not about perfection even. It's not about like striving and trying to be the best in the room, because then you're in a competitive mode. That's a very different vibe to being the best version of yourself, because when you're in that competitive vibe, then you're not in your best, because you're trying, you're striving, you're fighting, and you're pushing, and you're not like, it's like I actually it's so funny because I never thought this day would come, but my husband loves to go boxing. He goes boxing every week, at least twice, at the gym. And he'll come back all sweaty and tell me all these things about a really dirty man in the in the gym. And I'm like, no, I would never go boxing. Gross. But one thing that really allowed me in my own personal development to see is that I am truly open. I'm really open. I'm curious about a lot of things. And when I saw that, mentally he was getting better in that sense of really training boxing, I said, okay, show me what, if you really want me to get involved, I'm happy to do it with you at home. And so he got me a pair of gloves and we started doing it. And apparently I have a lot of talent, natural talent in it. And apparently I got the moves down in like 5 minutes and I had everything going. It was so funny. I was like, are you trying to make me feel better just because you want me to do this more often? And he was like, no, I sent a video of you to my teacher and he said like, you literally nailed it. Like you nailed it. So I was like, okay, this is interesting. And he got me into it and I was like really like, okay, this is so interesting because I know, Elizabeth, I can laugh as well. It's so funny. It's like a little person with big gloves going like but what it taught me, oh, thank you. I have loads of talents. I don't know about that. I mean, I'm very focused in terms of like what I can do. And moving on now in my life, I used to be such a tightly controlled person. Right now I'm just all about like having fun. Life is about having fun, and I want to do things that I never thought I would do. I want to go swimming with sharks. I want to do boxing. I don't know. I didn't know. I never knew, but I am open, and that's what life is all about, right? So anywho's, anywho's today, a lot of anywho's. I started boxing, and whenever I tense my shoulder up, I can feel like my flow, my chi doesn't move as fluidly when I'm actually like in the zone. Like I'm like focused, I'm like, I see my target, I move. And that is like, it got me into the space of like, this is what a vortex of stillness is. I can talk about this. So I know that getting into boxing really served the purpose. Okay. So being in your vortex of stillness and taking action from your vortex of stillness is a feeling of fluidity. It's not like scrunching yourself up and being like, okay, I gotta hit that target. I gotta hit it. Because the more you do this, the smaller and narrower your view, and you probably won't even hit the target with the amount of power that you actually have within you. And this is what we always do when we're trying to manifest something in our lives. We try so hard. We pretend to be okay when we're not. We scrunch ourselves up in a way where like telling the universe, no, not like that, but we gotta do it like that. So it has to be this way, and no, when are you coming? Why aren't you coming yet? Maybe I'm not meant for this. Okay, fine, I'm gonna give up. Right? We do that all the time with our lives. And we're not open. We're not remaining open enough. And I really want to share that, what I really learned, not just from boxing, but from manifesting and really working with always turning inward to see what is it that is causing a ripple in my stillness. I learned that it is always something that is there for me to discover my path of least resistance. And one of the things I really have come to learn is that the best version of me has yet to come. And I'm evolving every single day towards that best version of me. The journey never ends. It's an evolution of a lifetime. And our work is really to understand that there is always an easier way. There is always a path. Yeah, it's so awesome. There is always a path of lesser resistance. And it is our choice to go through the path of least resistance for us, for ourselves. It is our choice. And so whenever I hear about stillness and how we want to live with stillness, I tend to really feel that there needs to be a very important conversation about what that stillness really means to anyone, to you even, actually. You know, everyone has a different sense of what stillness is. For me, that is where authentic power is born. To me, stillness is where we take the most meaningful actions. We don't just react, but we respond with love. And I was talking about this today because I feel that sometimes leading with love is one of the hardest thing to do. It's easy for us. Hello everyone, thank you for the fire. Thank you. Sometimes leading with love is often, actually it's often, not sometimes, but most often times the hardest thing to do, because it's easy for us to react with anger and disappointment and resentment, and we elicit a reaction from another person because it's almost like we're provoking them with these emotions, and people react to that very easily because it is a form of like, you know, a fight, flight, freeze response. It is a fight response. People, when you provoke that fight response, people fight back. And so when we talk about really coming from love, leading from love, it really requires us to come into our stillness, to come into our hearts. And oftentimes it asks us to look into our own resistance to certain things. Why do we feel that way about a certain person? What is it about that thing that I don't want to say yes to? I'm going to tell you something that happened to me today. I was going to do a tea ceremony with someone, and I was very, very looking forward to doing this until something happened that made me feel like it was a heck no. There was no respect, there was a lack of integrity, and I didn't like it. It was literally a feeling of somebody who came into my space and totally disrespected the process and wanted to stick a camera in my face. That's all I'm going to say about it. And for my end, I had to make a choice. I had to say, am I going to keep doing? Am I going to keep going with this and say, all right, yeah, all right, let them do what they need to do? Or say that this is not aligned with me anymore, even though it's like literally the day before it's going to happen, and say, maybe this is not meant to happen, even though we scheduled this long ago. And you know, a normal person would be like, oh my god, that will be too much trouble, you know, to cancel this, da 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 da. But my heart was just really like a real hell no. And I really wanted to respect my spirit, and more than anything else, to respect T's spirit, because her spirit was telling me no, absolutely no. It's almost like a defilement of her spirit, a defilement of her feminine energy. That's all I'm gonna say. And I had to write that really difficult message and say, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to proceed with this. And it's not about a power struggle. It really is just that I'm not aligned. And I can't let this be in a sacred space. It just feels messy. It's not right. And so the old me would probably have gone through it. Oh my God, I don't want to mess with that person. I think I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to, But because I've been working on this really intentionally every single day, every single moment of my life, and like I was saying at the beginning of this call with Elizabeth, my client, we work with the body, the mind, and the spirit together so that they all integrate in a way so that we can hold higher frequencies in our bodies and anchor that in so that we're not floundering out there in our third eye and our crown open to the world and we don't have a sense of belonging here at all. I always say this, trees that grow tall have roots that run really deep. And there's a good reason for that. If we want to reach higher states of consciousness, we've got to allow ourselves to anchor even deeper into this dimension where we're in. That is how we master embodiment. That is how we master our emotions. And that is how we master the art of manifesting what we truly desire. We are always manifesting. We are always manifesting. Substitute the word manifesting with creating because we are all creatresses of our lives. We're not ever not creating. But we tend to give our power away to circumstances. We give it away, this is a good day if my husband is good to me. Oh my God, it's a bad day now because I missed the bus, or my boss was mean to me. It's a bad day. That is circumstantial power. When we're in our authentic power, it doesn't matter what's happening beyond us because we are holding a vibrational frequency that is truly authentically ours, that is already at this vibrating at this level. Doesn't matter what's happening outside of us. It doesn't come in. It cannot come in. And I never ever I teach my clients this, like, you don't need to protect yourself. You don't need to. When you are a transmuting presence, you're like that fire. When you walk in, anything that's lower vibrational than you is just gonna, because you're this roaring cauldron of fire all the time. That is what it means to be in your authentic power. Now, how does that happen? Literally, it is all about doing the work on yourself. It's not about changing people around you, because that doesn't work. It never works. We've got to work on ourselves. We have to work on ourselves. So what is it we are resisting? And if I can just say, a better question is, where in my body am I feeling the tension? These are bigger and deeper conversations that I will take on with my clients. And if you're really interested in this work, just reach out to me and we can have a little chat over DM. But it really does transform your entire being, because now you're no longer operating from the mind where you think, oh my God, everything needs to be under tight control, otherwise I'm a mess, I'm out of control. Now you're actually sensing and feeling, and you're not hiding anymore from all your difficult emotions. And you are allowing yourself to become the gateway, to open up your gateway as that cosmic being that you really are. You feel your life force churning. When your life force is flowing, that's when healing happens. Healing happens as a byproduct of your life force flowing in you. So it's a bigger conversation I'm not going to dive into today, only because we can go so deep, and this is oftentimes something I talk about in my master classes. I just want to thank you all for just staying put and listening to me, because it is a really important conversation. It is really about how are you sitting in your own vortex of stillness? Are you easily wobbled? Are you easily swayed emotionally? Where are you at with your emotions? Do you not even look at your emotions? Do you just sweep them aside? Because a lot of people do that. We're so good at that these days. This is the new generation of numbness, numbing ourselves. All kinds of addiction, Netflix, everything. And so we have to really be honest with ourselves and really question ourselves. Are we allowing ourselves to really dream? Or are we just giving our power away to the circumstances, saying, well, the economy is in recession right now, I can't do anything. I love you, Elizabeth. And thank you. Beautiful wisdomous words. I love wisdomous words. How cool is that? That's the first time I heard that. I needed to hear this today. Well, thank you for tuning in. It's divinely yours. You were led here. So yeah, I wanted to share this to really just tell you all, there are so many ways out there right now to control a woman. Telling us that it's very lonely on the top, telling us that we can't have it all, telling us we have to look a certain way to achieve what we want. But really though, are you ready to scratch the surface and realize that we're all living in this Truman Show? And finally move into a space where you can truly, truly do what you desire and lead with love. Not from provoking yourself into this deep, angry state, but really leading from love. That is how we change the world, because the frequency of love is the most powerful energy ever. It can melt away anything, even the darkest power. Love conquers. And our work is really to embody that love with power. Yes, have a good day, darling. Have a good day, everyone. So yeah, if you are, if you want to chat, DM me. I'd love to talk to you, chat with you, where you're at, what you're struggling with. And let's have a beautiful conversation. Thank you, Billy. Mwah. And also, just letting you know, Priestess of Tea, only 5 spots available. So if you want to learn how to commune with tea as a spirit, that is available right now. Only 5 spots. Very, very flexible, amazing price at the moment, because I really want you all to have this. And of course, DM is always open if you want to work one-to-one with me as well. So sending you all so much love. Have a beautiful day. And blessings. Bye.